up, man? I'm so glad to be here. Man, it's my first time here. Traveling. Y'all, anybody traveling still? Cool, because I know with COVID, you know, people like, I'm driving my car. I know my breath. You know what I mean? People in Florida, they didn't even know it was COVID. They was just chilling. They didn't even know. They was like, what happened? Y'all was in the house? Oh, no, we was in the house. We thought that was a rumor. We thought that y'all was... Y'all really was doing that? He was like, yeah. COVID taught me something. You don't really know how people look if you don't see this half of their face. You really don't know. It's deceiving. You be like, oh, they cute. You be like, oh, that's different. I'm sure it was hard to date during COVID. You get them the number, then you FaceTime, you're like, oh, I'm married. Never mind. Never mind. It's okay. Oh, I just got proposed to. It's okay. You don't know what you getting under that mask, do you? Ooh. I like traveling. I just don't like the process. I don't like going through the airport. I got to get my own jet. I got to do better in my life where I can have my own jet. Because I'm tired of the process. I've been on a private jet once. You just walk on a plane. You don't got to get butt naked to get to... Because you know you got to get half naked to go through TSA today. You got to take off your jacket, take off your belt, take off your shoes. I'm like, what happened to metal detectors? They can't pick up metal? Or you think I'm hiding something in my shoes or my belt? I've never heard of somebody hijacking a plane with a belt or a shoe. Is this a hijacking situation? I will shoot you to death. It is over for you, so over for you. Or I'll use my coat or my belt and whoop you like your mother used to. It is over for you, so over for you. Why we think hijackers always sound foreign? That's just what I think. Like, it's over for you. I'm sorry if you sound like that. I'm sorry. It's like, that is how I talk normally. I don't like it. I don't like going through TSA. It's just too much. And I'm black, right? If you didn't notice. And I feel like when I'm in public, I represent my whole race all the time, so I gotta be on my best behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's the worst going through TSA. You ever get pulled over? I feel like I'm getting pulled over by the police where they put your stuff on the other side and you gotta go talk to TSA. You know what I'm talking about? You got the belt, you put your stuff through the little reader, and sometimes your stuff goes to the other side, right? They pull your things, they're like, it goes on its own belt. And they come and talk to you. Is this your bag? Yes. Can you follow me, please? And I always feel embarrassed. I feel like all the other cultures looking at me. Black people are always in trouble with the laws. It's unfortunate. I feel embarrassed. I'm going over to the side like, man, what'd I do? They go through my bag. Sir, you have 4 ounces of oil. You think I'm gonna blow up the plane with 4 ounces of oil? Baby oil. I gotta ask. Who made the rule that you can only take 3 ounces? Who was on this committee? You can only take 3 ounces of liquid, lotion, toothpaste, whatever. Who was on this committee? I want to know. Wasn't no black people, because we need way more than 3 ounces of lotion, okay? 3 ounces only lotion my finger, that's all, sir. What am I do? You trying to have me ashy in Utah? I'm not doing it. I need more lotion. I'm just gonna bring a whole bunch of 3-ounce bottles, like 100 of them. Like, is this not, they're all 3 ounces. Does this work? Just don't like it. It irritates me. I don't understand. And listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised, south side of Chicago. You ain't gotta clap, it's okay. Because wherever you from, you excited where you from, but nobody cares. If they're not from there, they're like, that's nice, you're not there now, so. Great, go back home if you don't like it, nobody cares. But you love where you from. I'm gonna say this, listen, when I go into a group full of other cultures, I just have to let you know I'm black, just in case you were confused. I don't know if anything may have thrown you off, you know. Sometimes I like to go on vacations and forget I'm black. I know you don't understand it because you don't have to live with what I have to live with. You can't just walk in the world and forget you're black. It will quickly remind you, okay? Like you, sir. Nice, man. You go into a restaurant, they have have terrible service. You're like, I need to speak to a manager. Manager comes, you're like, hey, this waiter cussed me out and his food is terrible, it's cold. They're like, no worries, sir, on the house, we're gonna remake we got you, no worries. I do the same thing. I'm like, I need to see a manager. They're like, for what? I'm like, because it's terrible service. The manager comes, I tell him what's going on. He says, sir, you interrupted everybody's meal. You have to pay for everybody's or we're gonna call the cops. You pick which choice. So I pay for everybody's meal. It's just different when you're black, man. It is. You know, because you don't know who's with you or not. You know, if I walk into a group full of white people, I don't know what type of room it is. I don't know what to say. It's just the truth. I don't know. What type of room is it? I wish it was something you could do, like y'all go through a program and then you get a badge. You know that's your ally. Like you go through like the cultural class and you love everybody and you got a badge. So if I'm in a tight situation, like I'm stealing some grapes from the grocery store eating them, and I see a white guy standing, I get nervous. He be like, I understand your struggle. Continue on eating. As a comedian, man, I travel a lot, man, but I just hate that process because it's such you gotta go through the TSA, you gotta take all your clothes off, you gotta go after, you gotta wait in line, the jet bridge. Oh, I hate the jet bridge. The little, you know, the thing, you take the little steps. Boarding 1, row 1, main cabin 1. People with babies and mentally challenged, disabled people, they get to go first. I try to go first. Let me go first. They be like, sir, what? Sir, ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay, I go. I don't think they ever say mentally challenged, actually. I don't think they say that. I don't know what's politically incorrect to say anymore either. I didn't even, is that, I don't know. They gotta send out mass emails or something, like I don't even know. Cause you never know. I was at a school the other day and I said something, they're like, you can't say that. I'm like, nobody told me. Y'all should air it at like the commercial during the Super Bowl or something where everybody watch or something. I don't know what you're doing. That's the time to tell people everybody watch that, you know? I hate the little jet bridge though, man. People get frustrated and people just don't feel like they're moving their life. You ever like the little steps? You ever just try to wait to get a little room to walk? Because there's no point to keep taking the little steps, so you just wait. It's always somebody behind you like, you be like, it's just one step. They're not gonna leave us. The door is open, they're not gonna take off. Like we gonna lose it, like we gonna miss it. Them the same off people that come and ask you, has the bus came yet? When you standing on a bus stop. Evidence me standing here is clearly that it has not came. No, I was just sitting here waiting for you to come back to let you know you missed the bus. Yeah, that's why I was here. I don't like to call people stupid, but something's wrong. I don't like it. I'm getting older. I see why older people don't have no patience at all. They don't have any patience. Old people, they don't care. They like, I'm leaving here soon. I don't have time for you. I'm getting there, and I'm not even old. Like, I get on the plane, like, I don't like walking. You ever walk in the presence of bouginess and you feel it instantly? Like, first class is that. When you have to walk past first class, you feel like you're in the presence. You're like, ooh, you feel like a peasant. You're like, I'm just trying to get the coach. Ain't trying to bother nobody. How y'all doing up here? Ooh, it's nice up here. It's well lit. That's so nice. Oh man, it look like 2 people can sit in your chair. That's a nice, comfortable chair. Oh, y'all got y'all refreshments? Oh, you got juice. Oh, this is nice. Just a peasant going to sit in coach. Ain't trying to bother nobody. I hate doing this character in front of white people too. It makes me feel like a slave. I don't like it. I'm not gonna. One time, you know how you know how you have to wait in line because people are taking all day to put their stuff in the overhead bin, so you get kind of stuck in first class if your seat is in coach. The people in first class, they get uncomfortable. You ever see them like being fidgety? They be like, oh, they start looking back like, what's the hold up? Like, what's going on? This lady was like, what's going on? Is something happening back there? And one lady clenched onto her purse like I was gonna take it. And she like, I'm mad for two reasons. I'm mad. First reason is, I can still take it. I can still take it. You're not that strong. This little clench ain't gonna stop my whole yank from you. What is wrong with you? Second thing is, where I'ma go? I had to wait in this little line to get to here. I'm gonna take your purse and go sit in my seat. I had to get halfway naked just to get to this point. Are you stupid? How would that look? Yeah, black man robbery. Give me your purse. This is a coach purse. This belongs in the back anyway. You got some problem? Come holler at me. I'm in 34C. All the way in the back, by the toilet. Stop looking at me. Hey, could you just leave some room in the overhead bin? I want to put my new purse up there. Yeah, they're giving them to black people in the front. You want you a purse? I'm aware of stereotypes, but as a black person, or whatever race you represent, when you go into the world, you represent that race. Asian people, pressure when you driving. It's pressure. You're like, I gotta do great. Mexican people, you gotta learn how to speak your language. You can't be your culture and don't know your language. You ever talk to a Mexican and they don't know how to speak Spanish? You're like, sad. White people, I don't know what y'all is. I don't know what your stereotype is. Y'all got good stereotypes, like good credit, own everything. I don't really know what your credit is. I mean, what your thing is. I'll tell you later. I have to think about it. But I don't like, and everything, there's things in life that's built just to make you feel less than. Like, it's literally put in place to make you feel less than. First class is that. First class is that. It is. What is it? They got the little sheet. Why is it there? You know the little sheet that separates you from first class? It ain't no secret what's going on up there. You know what's going on there. I can smell when you eating. Don't you smell it when they get their little food? You smell it. You be hungry, they get you some pretzels. You don't want no pretzels. I want this. What they eating up there? I want that. And the flight attendant that works first class, they always a little bougie too. They don't just shed the sheet. Pay attention. They look into coach to let you know you don't belong on this side of the plane. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Hi. Like, I'm gonna come up there when I get my money together. I did get to fly first class a few times. I tried to beat him. People was like standing there. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Why is he still here? I didn't have a purse, but I would have clutched on to it too. This white man is gonna steal my purse. These people, you know. Oh, that's funny. I'm as a comedian, I travel by myself a lot. And when I travel by myself, it's the worst when I get the middle seat. The middle seat is the worst. And people don't talk about the middle seat because the middle seat, you don't have your own armrest. You share both armrests with both strangers that you do not know. So if you have a problem with touching, you're gonna get over it really fast. Right? And when you sit there, you gotta be polite like you like them. You go, how you doing, how you doing? Then you gotta argue, like, give me some armrests, please. You gotta hurry up and find your space and stay there or they'll miss you. You gotta stay there the whole flight. So when you move, they go there, you're like, now I gotta fly the rest of the flight with my arms in my lap. This is uncomfortable for 5 hours. One time I got on a plane, it was two big football players. Big guys like you. I looked at them, I was like, listen, I'm sleeping on one of y'all shoulders. That's just what's happening. You're gonna have to accept it. I'm not sitting straight up for 5 hours. I gotta go to sleep. And I have nowhere to lean. When you lean, you know, when you got the window, you can lean on the window, you can lean out the aisle. Me, I gotta sleep on one of y'all. Can I borrow your shoulder for a minute, please? And I don't know if y'all know, like, but when you have the window seat, you're the king or the queen of the row. You know why? Because you get to tell whether it can be, somebody can look out the window or not. You ever be looking out the window and they just shed it in your face like, you offended, but you can't say nothing. Be talking to people, you ain't want to, he seemed like he wanted to look out the window. I guess you don't want to look out the window? Okay, cool, don't worry about it. You start talking to people here, I guess he don't want to see us take off. You saw the takeoff, it's really nice when you see, yeah, he don't want to see it, that's all good. People be funny acting, don't they? They be getting all bougie because they got the window seat, you know. They think they God. Let there be light. Nope, they cut it off, don't they? And you gotta serve them. You have to serve them because the flight attendant don't want to yell or reach over you. So when they can't hear, you gotta communicate for this person. The flight attendant come around like, y'all, you want something to drink? He tries to say something, she's like, I'm sorry. Then you gotta communicate. Oh, I got you. He said he wants some tomato juice. She said, do you want peanuts or pretzels? You want both? Okay. He said he want both. Here you go, sire. Here you go. Oh, you need some napkins? Can he have some napkins, please? Yes, thank you. Here you go, sire. Oh, you have to go to the bathroom. No worries, sire has to go to the bathroom. Let's get up. There you go, sire. We'll wait here until you return. No, we can't sit down. Sire's in the bathroom. He has to get back to the window seats. Yeah. Don't sit back down. He comes. Oh, he's here. Let's go. He has. No window? Nope. When I'm on an airplane, man, I'm this type of person. I want to get whatever I pay for, I want my money's worth. You know, I think that's wise in what you should do. You know, whatever I pay for, I want my money's worth. Okay? So if I buy a burger, sir, but I don't want tomatoes, put my tomatoes on the side. But you be like, but you don't want them. I don't care. I paid for them. They're mine. Let me do what I want to do with them. Right? If I want to make some spaghetti, I got an extra tomato to throw in there. You ever like somebody owe you like a penny or two and they don't give it to you? You ever be at a store? I'm so offended when they do that. Because they cheat you out a penny, they'll cheat you out $100. You ever been in a store and it's like a penny due to you and they don't give it to you and they just look at you? I will get upset. I'm like, what are you doing? Lady's like, it's a penny, but it's mine. It's my penny. Before I get off, man, I'm gonna talk about marriage. Anybody married? Relationships? I like your response. She was like, that's real marriage. It's like, I guess. I did it. They told me that's what I was supposed to do. That's honest. I love that. Y'all gonna make it. It's honest. It wasn't exciting. It was like, yup. Kind of like you went to the doctor? I had to. I had to go ahead and get the checkup. I think marriage is only important because you don't want to start over. Like some people are still in relationships just because they don't want to start over. It's true. He is offended. It's gonna be a long ride home. He is like, you are too tickled by that. She wasn't talking about you, sir. Somebody she know, her girlfriends was just telling her that. And she thought it was funny because they had a conversation yesterday. And she's like, that's so crazy. Keisha was just saying. Her friend is black. Keisha was just telling me. It's true though, because you don't want to start over. You don't want to go through that lying stage, like, oh, you like long walks on the beach? Nobody cares. How crazy are you? Right? That's it. That's all that matters. How crazy, because y'all are crazy, including myself, we all are. So can I deal with your craziness is what I need to know. Right? Like, do you still eat off the floor? Do you believe in the 3-second rule? Do you eat your boogers? I need to know this. There's some pretty girls out there still eating their boogers. I call my girl, she's like, you ain't never wanted to smell it? No, I ain't never wanted to smell it. Ugh. Can you divorce because you find out your girl eat boogers? Is that a rule? Pastor be like, what happened? I didn't know she ate boogers, Pastor. I didn't know. Nobody told me. I just don't like the whole dating process. Like, the man's supposed to pay, that's respectable, right? But women go on dates because they bored and hungry. They don't go to really like guys no more. We know they games. Anybody still dating, you gotta be careful. They going out here just to get a free meal, I'm telling you. You be really liking them, they just be sitting there uninterested. You asking them questions. Yeah, so what you like to do? She be like, everything. Could you hurry up with the food, please? Thank you. Where you like to go? Everywhere. She is not interested. You know she's not interested when she sees somebody she knows, she be like, oh, this is just my friend. Just friends. That is it, friendship. We just two friends having a bite to eat. That is all, thank you. Then you get married, you try to get married. I don't know. Like older people, y'all different. Like older men that's married, they don't tell you what's going on in marriage. They just kind of give you signs. And older women, they get so excited when they hear another woman's getting married. Remember my girl's about to get married? Like, they just had a moment, girl, I got a florist for you, I got everything. They just went on there and started talking. I'm stuck with this older man just looking at me. I don't know this man at all. So he's just looking at me and laughing like, so I'm just excited, thinking I'm doing the right thing. Like, yeah, so I'm getting married. Like, yeah, I heard. He's like, why? This man been married 50 years. What you mean, why am I doing it? I was like, man, because I love her. He started laughing. Like, I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, don't worry about it. You'll find out. He said, so you love her, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, sir, you keep laughing. It's making me uncomfortable. You have something to say? He's like, don't worry about it. You'll find out. So then it just got awkward and quiet, and he looked like he was trying to gesture. He's like, I'm like, what are you saying? His wife like, baby, you ain't going. I'm ready to go. Don't worry about it, sir. Son, you'll find out. And he walked away. Then I got into this big argument. Got married years later. We was having a great conversation. You know, ever having that moment with your mate and you be like, man, this is why I married you. It's all good. Everything's clicking on all cylinders. And she asked me a question. She's like, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be? She's like, I would be a lioness. It's like, I think I was starting thinking of animals. I'm like, man, as a man, I want an animal to represent me. That's what you would think. So I think about a bear. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to have a gut. I was thinking about deer. I'm like, nah, I don't like the signs. They be on the signs like this. I was like, I'd be an eagle. An eagle's a dope animal. It flies, it sees places nobody see. She's like, do you not want to be in this relationship? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, what did I say I was gonna be? I said, you said you was gonna be a lioness. She said, what you say you was gonna be? It's like an eagle. She said, that adds up to you. I was like, I didn't know we was together in this animal kingdom. You asked me what I wanna be. She's like, how are we not together? I'm like, you said what would I want to be? I'm not thinking relationship. I'm just thinking of an animal. She's like, if you want to fly away from this relationship, just say that. I was like, okay, I'll be a lion. She's like, no, I don't want to change you because you always say I'm changing you. I don't want to change you. So let me ask you this, Mr. Eagle. Would you at least come visit me? So I'm thinking like, do eagles visit lions? I was like, no, you would eat me. She's like, so you wouldn't even come check on me? I'm like, you're a lion, you would eat me. She's like, so you wouldn't be my friend? I'm like, is something wrong with you? You're a lion. She's like, Simba had friends. I said, Simba as in the Lion King, the movie? She's like, I was like, that's a movie. What? Like, this became a real argument. She's like, we need to go to counseling because it's obvious that you want to not be in this relationship. So we're sitting in the counselor office because I wanted to be an eagle. I'm like, what's going on in my life? So she tells the pastor what happened. And the pastor she tells him, I told him I want to be a lioness. And I asked him, what would he want to be, pastor? You know what he said? The pastor say, what? Eagle. The pastor say, what? And it's a man pastor, so I'm thinking I'm in good company. I'm like, he gonna tell her she's off, clearly. He turns to me and says, Barry, do you not want to be in the relationship somewhere subconsciously? I'm like, okay, she must have paid him. Something's going on. Something sneaky going on. So he's like, can you leave? I want to speak to him by myself. So she leaves the room and he starts laughing. He's like, I'm like, what are you laughing at? He's like, I told you you'll find out.